Hello YouTube, welcome to episode 3 of my Arizona Cardinals realistic rebuild in Madden 20. As you see here, we got a few players ready for upgrades. We also extended Larry Fitzgerald for 2 years. I overpaid him, but I definitely need Larry Fitzgerald to retire a Cardinal, and I believe he'll probably end up retiring within that contract as well. He might actually retire at the end of this year. I don't know how that works. I think they can retire while they still have a contract, so we'll see if he ends up playing for us, but that would make him 40 years old as a Cardinal, so that would be just crazy to see a wide receiver play until he's 40. So I wanted to extend him just to see how that goes, and he's a great wide receiver. I mean, he's played great already in real life in week 1, so he's played great for us in this sim as well. I can't wait to have him back. Hopefully he will stay with the team, and we'll see how that goes. But in today's episode, the Cardinals are taking on the Carolina Panthers at home. Hopefully we can get another win here, build off of our 2 victories in the other 2 games. Start the season 3-0 would be pretty incredible for a team that was just the worst in the NFL. Perhaps we can go from worst to first if we keep up this rate. You can see Cam Newton there. He's had a pretty rough start through 2 weeks in the actual NFL season as well. So let's see if he's any better in the game. Christian McCaffrey takes the handoff, takes it up the middle. Christian McCaffrey really surprised me this year. He put on a lot of muscle. He looks like a completely different guy. So in real life, if you see Christian McCaffrey, he just looks like a beast. Can't believe he did that. Credit to him, though, for putting on muscle and hopefully helping the longevity of his career, because he was a pretty little back to get so many touches, and I think now he's more ready to take more. As Cam Newton takes the shotgun snap and is going to run, he's very fast and hard to bring down. He's like the one quarterback who doesn't actually slide, so I actually do like how Madden is real in that aspect. Now Newton back to pass from the 50. He's going to take off again and evade a tackle easily. So yeah, Cam Newton, pretty tough to bring down in this game. He's a big physical runner, very fast. Definitely his strong suit. Throwing is not, as he delivers the ball to Greg Olsen, and poor tackling on my part. Definitely going for the hit stick fumble. Didn't get that, and the Panthers take a 7-0 lead. As Kyler Murray takes the field, he's had some great stats to start the year so far. 9 touchdowns, 1 pick, 675 yards. He'll be to 1,000 yards in no time. I don't foresee any way he's not the Rookie of the Year this year. For sure in this Madden sim, but in real life, he probably will be Rookie of the Year as well, just because the opportunities put in, all the chances he'll get to throw, touchdowns. We'll see. The one thing I'd like to do in the sim is get more rushing yards for Kyler Murray, because I think he's going to be a pretty big rusher. More rushing for Kyler Murray, more receiving for David Johnson, and just some more catches in general for Larry Fitzgerald and Christian Kirk. I do kind of hyper-target Andy Isabella, but I think that'll be a cool thing in the sim as well, as David Johnson fumbles it right there, is to have Andy Isabella just a literal lifetime slot receiver for us. So if he plays 15, 20 seasons as a slot receiver, I think that'd be pretty nuts. I showed this play because somehow Jordan Hicks got hurt in that. I was manually controlling him, and he wasn't even involved in the play, so I thought that was really dumb how he got hurt. Didn't like that at all. I turned injuries way down, but people are still getting hurt, as McCaffrey makes a nice catch there on 2nd and short. Gets it all the way down to almost the red zone on the Cardinals side of the field. Now Newton in the shotgun with McCaffrey to his left, takes it, hands it off, and McCaffrey's got some room to run, but gets jacked up there by Swearinger. Unfortunately, Greg Olsen picks up the ball right away. Carolina still threatening. Up 7-0 already. Newton back to pass. Delivers to the left. Finds his receiver DJ Moore in the corner of the end zone for a nice toe tap. Carolina now up 14-0. Kyler Murray with the ball. David Johnson in the shotgun behind him. Murray delivers it right away to Larry Fitzgerald, getting him involved early and often. He just signed that big deal for us. Excited to have him on board. Now Murray over to the left side. It's David Johnson. Nice 3rd down conversion there. They weren't covering him tight enough. Was able to convert that pretty easily. Now rolling to the right. Murray finds Isabella again on the slant. He's just very dangerous on those in routes, slant routes, drags, all that stuff. Now 3rd and 9. See if we can convert here. It's practically 3rd and goal. Murray surveying the field. Throws over the middle to Isabella. Really, really nice find by Murray there. Isabella wide open. Not wide open. He was heavily covered, but the ball was delivered very, very well there. Now Cam Newton up 14-7. See if he can hold this lead for his Panthers. delivers a really nice pass actually over to Chris Hogan, but Josh Jones is there for the hard hit. Josh Jones has been great for us so far. I'm really excited to have him on the team. He's definitely a big hitting safety, which I think is really nice. He's forced a lot of fumbles. So even though he's a pretty low overall, he's had a lot of impact already. He makes a lot of tackles per game, and he makes a lot of big hits. He's forced quite a few fumbles on the year already. So I could see his stats going up pretty considerably as David Johnson makes a run to the outside, breaks a few tackles, having himself a good game so far. Really, really like having David Johnson. The one thing I typically do with rebuilds though is I don't pay my running backs too much, so that'll be interesting once David Johnson's contract comes up to see if we'll actually re-sign him. Unfortunately there we had to settle for a field goal, but back to the Johnson contract. I want to keep him on the team, but if he demands too much money, we may need to let him walk in free agency and then try to sign him there. So instead of just signing an extension, trying to get him for cheaper and when the free agency market comes up, because I don't want to overpay for an extension. We'll see how much he wants though. Now Cam Newton rushing, he's got a superstar X Factor ability enhanced already. He's ready to go, but Carolina ending up having to settle for a long field goal here. Let's see if they can convert it. Ends up getting blocked by Williams there. Crazy. I never blocked field goals. I'm so glad I got that one. I don't know exactly the science to it, but really glad to have gotten that one. It helps us out a lot. Still now down less than a touchdown. Somehow Andy Isabella comes up with that ball and almost makes it in the end zone. I don't know how he caught that, but for sure Andy Isabella is my favorite receiver on this team. He's just so fast, such a good slot receiver. Christian Kirk's amazing as well. And of course Larry Fitzgerald. I really love this team. Excited to rebuild them. There's a lot of holes that need to be filled, but in terms of offensive players, we're in a really good spot and could always improve in the wide receiver department, but I'm pretty happy with what we've got. And then David Johnson, Kyler Murray, not a lot to build around. In terms of long term though, we probably will need to get a new running back or a different one, but as of right now, David Johnson is a great back, 27 years old. He should be able to stick with us for a while as long as we don't have to overpay him. Even so, I might overpay him because I love David Johnson. It's been going really well so far. Now Murray in the shotgun. Chase Edmonds to his right this time in the shotgun. Murray over to Fitzgerald. Beautiful out route. Perfect ball. And Larry Fitzgerald toe taps on the sideline to catch that one. Now Murray scrolling out to his right. Just gets it off to David Johnson, who makes a couple men miss and gets into the end zone. Really, really nice move by David Johnson, making something out of nothing there. That was barely a first down throw, and he ended up turning it into a touchdown with a great juke there. Looked really, really nice. Gets himself into the end zone for a touchdown. Now Cam still has his X Factor, superstar X Factor ability. Delivers over to the left. That's DJ Moore for another nice catch there. Converts the second and long fairly easily. 14-24 though, the Cardinals have found a way to come up in this one. Chris Hogan with a catch there. Panthers are just marching down the field. Cam Newton still does not have over 100 yards passing. Let's see what he can do. Now in the pistol, drops back, another quick curl route and a nice pass by Cam. He's got the timing down with his receivers. He is just inching the ball down the field ever so easily. But that time meets a brick wall there. Taco Charlton with the sack. Easy sack. Now Murray in the pistol with Johnson behind him. Takes a snap, sits in the pocket, scrolls out to the right a bit, finds Andy Isabella along the sideline for a catch and run. Gets it all the way to the 50-yard line, now a minute left in the third quarter. 2nd and 10, Murray in the pocket decides to scramble out. Instead of running with it, finds Larry Fitzgerald for a really nice completion. That was definitely a good decision by Murray to get the extra yards on the pass, and it was a nice ball after being forced out of the pocket. Now David Johnson up the middle, trucks through a man, flag throw on the play. Looks like we're going to get an additional 10 to 15 yards or half distance to the goal, however you'd consider that. Now Murray at the 7-yard line trying to just punch this one in, takes it, runs up the middle. No one's going to stop him there. That looks like his second rushing touchdown of the day. Looking really, really clean here as a good rushing quarterback. Easy touchdown. Cam Newton almost in the red zone of the Cardinals now. Let's see what he can do here. Stays in the pocket, Nice ball to Greg Olsen as Swearinger forces it out. User hit stick fumble. Hassan Reddick picks that one up. Another turnover. Our defense has been excellent at forcing turnovers so far this year. We've allowed quite a few points, but we are definitely one of the top turnover producing teams in the NFL as David Johnson has a nice rush there. Closing in on 100 yards is David Johnson. Let's see if we can finish this one out strong. Murray sitting in the pocket, decides to scramble out. He's got a lot of room to run. He's going to take it a good 14 yards before sliding there. He's got 4 rushes now, 34 yards, 2 touchdowns. Looking really good. His young, fresh legs doing him well. Now Max Williams over the middle, our new star development tight end. Looks pretty good there. Kyler Murray in the pocket now trying to get it in the end zone. Able to escape the rush. That was a very slow rush. Gets it to the 1 yard line after the dive. Almost gets it in the end zone. See if we can punch it in here now. 2nd and goal. We're going to run our RPO. Either going to Fitzgerald or Johnson. The running lane's wide open. We're just going to keep it with David Johnson for the rushing touchdown there. Another easy one. We are just kicking the Panthers right in their butt. Cam Newton now with Christian McCaffrey to his left. In the pocket, has forever to survey. But then Poona Ford comes in and gets him, the big man, with a sack on that one. Cam can't get away from the rush again this time. This time Josh Jones. And we're just punching him in the teeth while they're down. 14-34 is the score now with 1:30 left. Mecole Hardman going back to receive the punt. Starts running. And he's so fast, he can just elude so many defenders with his speed alone. We'll just take those 20 yards for free every single time on punt returns. So easy. As the clock runs out, final score 14-38. The Cardinals are victorious in this one again. It'll push their record to 3-0. Not even difficult for them. Let's take a look at the stats after we see all of these nice pictures that were taken during the game. I do like to see these. I like how they show up on the screens in the mid-menus and stuff. I should just take my own pictures because I know that's how you used to, like, you can go and replay and take 5 pictures a game and they'll show up on the screens. I should start doing stuff like that, and maybe even make some of them thumbnails. Let me know if you guys want to see those as thumbnails or if you like the current thumbnail setup. But yeah, here we go into the stats. It was a very good game. 359 yards passing for Murray. Only had the 2 touchdowns, but still 0 interceptions. Cannot complain about that. Rushing wise, David Johnson had over 100 yards and a touchdown. He unfortunately lost that fumble, but Murray had 2 rushing touchdowns. So on the day, Murray had 4 touchdowns. Guess I can't complain about that. 400 yards from scrimmage for him. Larry Fitzgerald leading the way with 6 catches, and Andy Isabella as well. 6 catches, 142. So, I mean, as a rookie, Isabella is just insane. Great game for us. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.